This roasted leg of lamb is way easier than you think. Let's make it. I love lamb. Today we're gonna make a boneless leg of lamb. It sounds fancy and expensive, but actually it's pretty economical and very easy to make. Just a few simple ingredients. We've got the cut of boneless leg of lamb, olive oil, Dijon mustard, rosemary, parsley, garlic, salt, and pepper. From here, we're gonna put everything together. The hardest part is getting everything prepped, and then it's in the oven it goes, and it's smooth sailing from there. Let's make it. Okay, so I got this leg of lamb at the grocery store. It was $10 a pound, $9.99 a pound. $32, so it's about 3.5 pounds. First of all, I wanna just trim off some of the excess fat on it. I wanna definitely keep some of the fat for the roasting, but take off some of the extra. So we're gonna go ahead and do that first. I trim the large chunks of fat so the roast cooks evenly and doesn't turn greasy, but I leave some between the meat for flavor and juiciness. Nothing goes to waste. I save the fat to render into lamb tallow, which adds incredible depth to vegetables and other lamb dishes. Once the excess fat is trimmed, I open up some of the thicker sections, cutting them down the middle, but keeping everything in one piece. This helps even out the thickness, which makes the roast easier to roll and cook evenly. So there is still some fat in this, so it's going to give us some nice juices when we're roasting the lamb. But I didn't want all this extra fat in there. Basically, all this extra fat is just going to make everything not cook as smoothly and as consistently throughout. So we're going to set that aside. If you want, you can render this down and use it for cooking later, but we're not going to use it for this dish. Now I'm making the rub. Garlic is the backbone, so don't be shy. I chop the rosemary right into the garlic. Then I'll do the same with the parsley. This will make sure that everything is evenly distributed. Then we'll add olive oil, black pepper, and a touch of Dijon, mixing it all into a paste. Salt and pepper the meat generously on both sides. Then, half the rub goes on before rolling. Roll it up tight, keeping the thickness as even as possible. Now I tie the roast to keep everything in place and help it cook evenly. I work my way all the way around in tight loops, then finish with one lengthwise to lock it all in. This doesn't need to be professional knots. Don't worry if your string doesn't look pretty. Now we'll put the lamb on a rack in a roasting pan and apply the other half of the rub to the outside of the meat. Looks pretty good, right? So the hardest part about that was probably tying this up. There's more professional ways to tie it up. I don't really know how to do it, to be totally honest with you. So we just did it the way that I showed you on camera, just kind of looping around, giving it some nice ties, and then all the way across. I went in this pan diagonally because it ended up being a little bit too big, but it looks and smells unbelievable. Lamb has that unique, pungent aroma that other meats don't have. And this herb combination on top really accentuates that flavor. So right now, I'm just preheating the oven behind me to 425 degrees. We're gonna let it cook at 425 degrees for 20 minutes so it gets nice and golden brown on top, and then we're gonna reduce that heat to 350 for the rest of the roasting. The rest of the roasting is going to be approximately 15 to 18 minutes per pound, but I'm gonna trust the thermometer over the time and keep a close eye on it. So that's it, roast leg of lamb. I got friends coming over for dinner tonight. I'm just gonna do a little taste here. This is so tasty, so delicious, way easier than you think. Roasted leg of lamb. Make it for your family. You will not be disappointed. Join us next time. Real plates, real life, and enjoy.